probably going to have to flash away from this one. He's trying to hit level 6 as Cuz comes in. He's minions dematerializing, and he hits 6. But Croco is right here, and the Spirit Rush is stolen. The closer cannot quite close the gap, but there is the stun onto Cuz, but they're under turret now. And that is not going to be a kill either way.
Okay, Rascal here also going to be hit. His opponent's going to hit 6 first.
Yeah, Rascal going to have to flash away from that one, and Dove is winning in a 1v1 in the top side. Up a level as Rascal hits 6 though. That's a lot of damage. The kickback is perfect. Dove has a flash. He elects not to use it.
And by the Lulu poke and the early level advantage that was picked up from Zeri, that it's really hard to catch up. This fight, as you mentioned, you pointed it out perfectly. Vikla is hoping for 6 here for a Spirit Rush. He's holding his Charm, gets it up here. Charm's closer, but Cuz isn't here in time. Wants to get 6, doesn't know Croco is over here necessarily, but he also doesn't know the timing of closer stealing his ultimate away as he gets level 6 first, but only for just a moment. Flash has to be expended here. It's, you know, trade of the Viego flash for the Silas flash, but still they survive as this is when the Narvar has expired. He misses the wallop, of course, because Rascal can, of course, just go through him with the Sonic Wave.
Dove has to flash there.
Yeah, he has to or he dies.
Rascal has the damage, and if you know the calculation, like, okay, Dove's not really a top laner. I don't even know if he's ever played this matchup, right? But he needs to flash. He needs to know that if the kick goes off on him, back towards the middle of the lane, he's dead.
Life with a big roam.
I mean, he's got flash now. Maybe this is what he was saving for, as the Q is going to go wide. Actually, a very nice sidestep there by Dove. While on, Lee Sin has execution power early in the game, whereas Gnar does not have a lot of tankiness early in the game. So especially when he's mini Gnar, it's kind of like, I hope I don't get Sonic Waved. Otherwise, I might be dead. And Rascal has made that clear. As Croco is here, Wild Growth will come in. The damage not quite there for life. They'll finally take him down. As aiming is shelling in, but it's Noon Quiver Zeri, so it's not quite had his moment just yet. So nice little play there from Croco.
Yeah.
Finds an angle.
Really nicely done. Meanwhile, over here again, he has flash, kick back up.
Yep, this is the thing. He hops back in. He's got red buff. Or, no, that wasn't actually red buff.
Yeah. Just, he's got a...
Look at this food now. That's what I was talking about, this top lane. I'm like, this is not very close when it comes to the individual ability of these two players to play out a lane. And Rascal is just dunking on him again and again and again.
Yeah, you just play around topside, I guess, early, and then just let him sit up there and win it over and over and over. And now he's going to get another plate up here topside. 2 are already down. He's getting these solo, and the power of the Rift Herald bottom side here is massive too for the draft that KT have. Closer does have the Ahri Spirit Rush once again. This is not a fight you want to force necessarily as KT. Rascal does not have the ability to join in.
He's just farming it out. Taking the Krugs. As, yeah, really nice trade coming in here from Closer. He's got Spirit Rush. I think that Vikla is dead. Flashes in on him. As, meanwhile, we do have a nice little rotation coming on in as they really want to get this down. The Flash Glitterland should be enough, as they will hand that one over to Cuz. So at least there is a response, but not before Closer does put on a nice show.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how you know.
Yeah.
Let's just listen in.
Dodges the wallop so beautifully here. And, I mean, goes under turret, kicks him, Sonic Wave, got him.
The second he gets in there and he lands a Q, he's like, yep, got him.
Yeah. This was just really well played from Closer. Has the Spirit Rush for the chase. Gets him over the wall with a flash.
Also calls it.
We have so many different ways this goes wrong for Live Sandbox unless they have all the CC is aiming once again.
Oh, he's still going to get hooked. Even with the Wild Growth, the Berserk comes in and aiming is doing a lot of damage, but he will eventually be taken out. As here's Rascal, a perfectly timed spell shield is going to deny the kick as Prince will not be kicked in. As now Cuz is going to have to buffer that Heartbreaker to get out. Live Sandbox with a comeback here in the mid lane.
Yeah, really big strike back here in the mid lane, and Rascal's spell shielded kick is really huge. Prince blocking that one makes it so that KT cannot turn this because, you know, aiming did it, then it's a disaster. As we're going to watch Croco make this play happen, of course, flashes forward. Despite aiming, flashing himself, he still does end up getting caught by the Impale. Wild Growth attempting to keep him alive here long enough for Cuz to come over. And Rascal, the spell shield is just so amazing.
Yeah, perfectly timed. Even Cuz can't do anything. And it was very predictable, the play pattern.
The page of the Live Sandbox book and just give this Drake up. I don't think this is a fight worth taking.
Oh, Cuz gonna be caught there by Closer, who does take a significant amount of damage back as he goes in for the trade. Cuz gets very low though, and that is the jungler of KT. So immediately, Live Sandbox gonna start up this objective.
Yeah, Rascal is Lee Sin, but he doesn't have Smite.
Oh, Cuz didn't back. He's coming back here. As the Heartbreaker, he's got his team obviously setting up very aggressively for this. Cuz is going to walk back in, but that's not enough. Nice gnar into the wall here from Dove into Impale, and Vikla actually survived for a very long period of time, but not long enough, and Dove is going to survive. But huge kick comes in from Rascal, who's going 1v4 in the back line as everybody else is fighting on the top side close.
For the Impale here on this Skarner. Mega Gnar, and look, this fight is closer than it has any right to be totally honest. Vikla surviving here and getting maximum amounts of damage there. But Zeri is not online. There's so much CC here. And Rascal is extremely fed, but he's a melee champion against a spiking comp here of Live Sandbox. As KT just let it.
Incredibly fed, as he has the Wild Growth on him as well. In comes the teleport from Closer, but he's not really going in for that one, as here comes the smite onto Rascal. They are looking for more, as the Zeri aiming on the left side is trying to shell into these tanky members and cannot get through the health bars. Meanwhile, Prince has got a huge front line, as aiming is not going to go down, and Live Sandbox will win another trade.
I mean, you were on one item. If you had your Phantom Dancer, maybe there's a world where you can actually carry this fight, but unfortunately you don't have it. Tankier than a normal Lee Sin. He has Sterax here, and so we can actually force these fights into our favor. We can actually bait something, then turn with a kick. Look at how long he survives. Life is there for him. This is a set play. This is not Rascal getting caught. This is KT intentionally trying to use Wild Growth to turn a fight so that aiming has free reign here on the backside. But he's sitting on an Immortal Shield Bow and half of that Phantom Dancer. He doesn't have the damage. He's just tickling them. You're fighting into the spike of this Sivir right now. You're fighting into a better setup for Live Sandbox because you're trying to bait a play. And two in a row here. Some of those setup plays, like the Wild Growth attempt from Rascal, was really well planned, but just too far behind now. Closer.
The ganking Zeri is the scariest, but who's ganking who? I mean, Closer is incredibly fed right now. You're getting yourself into a bad spot. Aiming's going to be impaled, and he just ults. He's fighting front to back, but he eventually does get taken out. That's the one way you can take down the Zeri, as in goes Closer again. This guy is a madman on a mission. As in they go, they're going to take out four of them. They do not take out Cuz, but it does not matter. It's Baron for Live Sandbox.
Remember what we were talking about last series? You know, Croco said you can just sit back and lose, or you can lose on your own terms.
Yeah.
And KT are losing on their own terms now as they look for a gank here. Zeri almost gets her chance to pop off. She has the Immortal Shield Bow. She survives the initial burst. And this is a fight that, again, KT are trying to bait so hard. Teleport comes through. Watch aiming here. Shield Bow's popped early. He gets dragged through. And then he's caught by the Renata ultimate. And he just barely goes down. But, I mean, he doesn't have the items to fight back properly. The idea is good. Just, you're too far behind at this point. Live Sandbox have really well and truly run away with this. I think that we are at a position now where KT coming back at this game.
Live Sandbox, here comes an insanely fast Scorpion, as yes, the Wild Growth comes in, and the Zeri aiming is trying to pop up, but look at the ricochet damage. It's just insane now. As everybody groups up for it, not much else they could have done there. They were trying desperately to save aiming. But now the Zeri's dead and the game is over. Live Sandbox are going to take this here in 30 minutes.
Kyle with so many fantastic ults and handshakes this game. He is sitting at nearly 100% kill contribution here as Live Sandbox are going to push to end.
Yeah, Close is getting in there. Dove will have one last final moment. Rascal's like, I was fed at one point, but he goes down too as Kyle puts up the FPX. Not sure about that, as down will go the Nexus. Live Sandbox will take it at 29.5. An extremely dominant, over-the-top swing from Live Sandbox.
Yeah.
여기 아래쪽 이렇게. 야 제리 무조건 제리 나이스.
야 암레 먹어 더블
나 잡았어. 야 바텀 라인 게임 끝내자 이거.
야 리신
바텀 라인 게임 끝내자.
가줄게
오케이.
아 좋네
야 꼬리맛 줄이냐?
분내 팀이야 분내?
된다고?
나 분내 상태긴 해
이거.
오케이
달달하잖아.
이 한번 쓸게
나 리신 들어오는 거 정도는 공 봐줄게 이거.
더블 줄수 있고 나는 더블 줄게 살로선 줬다 리신 볼게 리신 야 음파 조심
가도 오케이.
맞을게. 음타한테 맞아줄게. 내 꼬리맛 좀 봐라.
아니 이 게임을 이렇게 분다고? 그렇고 이거 뭔가요?